Greetings, Earthlings! My name is Zero Jake and welcome back to Space Engineers. So, between last episode and this one, I have finished creating this little undercarriage deck thing that we have going on here, full side of the second stairs. If you want the exterior view, you can see it looks kind of nice. It adds that height that we need in this kind of ship. By the way, the ship is now like 6,000, 7,000 blocks. It's getting a bit ridiculous. I've also done the other side so that we actually have something. It looks kind of rubbish, but that's because this side is unfinished. Yeah. I didn't have all the available tools that I wanted to be able to do this properly. Which is a shame, but we will get on with it. Anyway, today, as promised, we are going to be working on a hangar deck, which is here. Now, the ship wasn't supposed to be a carrier, but the main purpose of it having a hangar deck is so that I can have drones be stored here. Now, first thing that we need to do is we need to sort out the width of the opening, right? So we're going to go and get some hangar gate stuff. Let's go get rid of you, and then let's add... we're going to be using the sealed hangar gates, which means that we don't have to do some fancy things with airlocks, because that's just going to be annoying. Which basically means that oxygen, things can go through, oxygen can't. If the gate is open, if the gate is closed, then nothing can go through, which is pretty useful. So we're going to be using a combination of 10 and 5s, because we don't need it that long. Actually, no, we might need it wider, so yeah, just on the safe side, we're going to get the 15s as well. Now we do have corner variants, so we could have the floor come out as well, which might be useful for some ships, especially if we attempt to have one at the front of the ship. We won't have a on this side, because this side is going to be used for storage, and then this side is going to be used for exiting. So first of all, I'm going to make a mark here. Let's get a proper grinder, shall we? Okay. Just to make sure that this is where I can start having gates placed. So I'm thinking what we do. So if we use a combination of ones, which take up... if we take 2, 4, so that gives us a total of 6 space, which will mean 8 space needed. 8 wide should be enough. Should be being the key word. So first of all, what we want to do is, if we want an 8 wide, that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Excellent. This is good. This is not part of the command zones, that's fine. So we just need to take out this area. No, we didn't want to take out that, did we? No, we didn't. Place that back. Right, and then if we poke a hole through here, and a hole through here, we can see the width of the gate from the interior. Now the gate will be 3 high, simply because that's the best that we can do at this point. Yeah, so if we break this, and then we're going to have it 3 high, so we need to get rid of these 2, right? Now this may make some of it a bit harder to do than previously anticipated, but it is going to work. Maybe, in hindsight, I shouldn't have placed all these blocks knowing that I'm going to have to get rid of half of them. That might have been a sensible idea. Right, there we go. That's a lovely room, and it's also below the current storage area. Now, we don't have a mining ship anymore, because it kind of blew up. So I entered it, I turned it on, I turned off parking, and for some reason it had remote control enabled, so it just attempted to fly into the ship. Now luckily the ship had shields, so that was fine. But the mining ship basically killed itself continuously on the wall. Yeah, and we lost the probe as well, which is annoying, very annoying. Okay, so next things that we need to do is that we need to make it so that these guys look authentic. So what I should probably get rid of all of this steel. I don't need to carry it around with me. So what we need to do is we need to get inverted armor plate so that we can have this work as intended. And then we also probably need to do the same here, so okay, right, so this one here, we get a inverted corner, right, and then we go all the way over here, we get another inverted corner, and then a corner, and then we can have armor blocks, and then armor slopes. Okay, this basically means that it will remain airtight so we don't have a gap underneath the gate, and all that. We can see a mine layer over there. We don't need to deal with that mine layer, not now anyway. So we're going to alternate how this thing is done. So first of all, we have one here, right? We're going to double check that we can do this first. So we're going to place one here, and then we're going to place one here, right? And those should match with each other, which is good. And then we're going to do the same on the other side, and then we're going to flip it over for this one. This basically means that we have kind of a teeth kind of pattern in the way that we're having these connected with each other. Now you see this like little shimmer here. I can go through this, right? I can go through this, but from the other side it looks like a shimmer. Well, basically looks like a window, actually. We can't see it from the other side, though. In fact, we can. I wonder why. Yeah, that's not going to work. That's not going to work for our purposes, because that just looks weird. I'm so sorry. Don't worry, our ship has shields, it's fine. Nothing will go wrong yet. Yeah, let's just get the nanofactory to clean that up. I want this to be, you know, the correct way. So if we do that, we want to flip it like so, right? And then, you know, as we can see, if we can place that there, we see the window effect. So that's good. We want to do the same here, so flip it over, we get that, move out the way. There, right. And with that welded, give me a second, just to add as much as possible. With that welded, then we should have our lovely gate. And then if we go into here, we can access gate, turn that into hangar door 1, save off in terminal. We go to hangar door 1, which is here, and then we say closed. They will close in this kind of pattern. Now it is slow, so it's not going to be, you know, combat closing, but it is going to work. And I'm probably going to say that we have, well, 2 of these. So we have one here and then one over there. Though I think the one over there isn't going to be correct due to a hunch that I have. So yeah, lovely hangar door. It works. We can have lights on the exterior just to make it look better. In fact, what we can do is we can add these guys to it. Right, that'll make it look better. Now here is different, because this is 10 long, right? And that's because I kind of did something wrong somewhere down the line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. As you can see, we have a slight problem. Now, we could fix this by having a larger gate here, right? Larger gate down here. It might work. Alternatively, we only have one gate that allows us to exit. It would allow us more storage space, but that might not be the best solution. If we duplicate this design over to this side when we're done, then that should give us 2 gates that we can use to enter and exit, which should do our purpose as well. So let's go open the hangar. Make it easier for us to do our thing. Anyway, so another idea is that we turn this into a hangar gate as well. But I'm not so keen on that idea, so we're not going to. Anyway, next thing that we need to do is we need to set up some lights as usual. So let's go get. Do we want to use extreme corner lights or extreme interior? I'm going to say that we want to use. Alternatively, use spotlights, but those are CPU intensive, power intensive as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to place some extreme interior lights. Now this may cause some artifacting on the exterior, but I don't care. So we're going to place one here, right? Then we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Place another. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Place another. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do. Right. That should be the distribution that we need. So if we do this, we basically just copy along. Okay, right. We don't have any gravity in here, so that's going to make it slightly difficult for me to do my job, but that's fine. If we go here, we get lights. We get all of these, and we say, hey, you guys, you are... Let's spell properly, Jake. Save off terminal. Right. Hangar lights. We're going to set these up so their radius 50. Yeah. Jeez. That's a bit much. Maybe not 50, maybe 35. Okay. Fall off is going to be quadratic. No, we don't want quadratic, we want linear. Intensity is already minimum. You guys are just ridiculously bright. Yeah, okay. How about 25? You good for 25? No. Let's try 20. Right, that seems better. 20 seems better than what we had. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to change the color because just pure white is insane. We could change it to a nice blue, a nice cyan or a purple. Makes me sleepy. We could try a kind of orange. This doesn't seem to be helping. Alternatively, you could make it black light. So black light. Everything is lit up but black. That's how that logic works. We're not going to do that. Let's just say we go for a kind of grey light. Okay, makes it a bit grayscale, but it does our purposes. I just activated spectator, didn't I? Yes, I did. Okay, right. Now with that sorted, I'll mess around with the color of the lights later. Next, what we want to do is we want to build this area, right? The command area. So first of all, we're going to need some girders. So let's go pick some up by flying all the way over here. Going to cargo. Going to component. Picking up some girders. Let's go back in here. Right. So these areas here, this area and this area, are supposed to be full of windows. So let's make sure that that happens. We're going to, of course, be using the inverted ones. So one here, and then we have a 2x2 there, right? Good. One there, and a 2x2, which I believe we have. Surely we have a 2x2. No, we have a 3x3, but no 2x2. Okay, then fine. Yes, we need to invert that. Place to a view. Unless I had something completely different in mind for this area, but if that's the case, I've just changed it. Right, so with that, next what we want to do is we want to place windows here. Since this area is going to be pressurized, I don't care what I said earlier. There's going to be a slight problem, and that's the fact that if we place an airlock here, is it going to be pressurized? I think so. Oh, except for the fact that this that we don't want this. Don't want that. Don't want this. For the reason of we want, you know, an airlock there. I'm a fool today. Such the fool. Okay, so with that we want. Let's start this armoring whilst they're picking up everything. Let's get. Right. Basically so that we can keep this thing pressurized. Right, let's go back into 4. Let's go get this guy. So one here and one here. Swell these up so I can get rid of some inventory space. And then we want a 1x1 flat. This is going to be annoying. I'm going to change the ceiling later so that we can actually do this properly. Because currently it's not going to work to our benefit. Let's place one there. And then let's get this guy, no, this guy, no, this guy, thank you. This guy in place like this. And then we have our opportunities to have the airlocks installed, which is excellent. Fly through here, get this done ever so quickly. Right. Okay, we're getting there. Now, what we want to do is we want to get rid of these airlock gates because we don't need them, and instead what we're going to do is we're going to get the command console pack. So we're going to create a lovely command bay here. Pretty simple. So we want a console that's curved, and then we want a main console, though we probably want we want a main with chair, and this basically means that you can sit in it and access the console, so that's basically what we want from here. Those should be all that we want. No, and then we have a console short. Okay, right, good. So we first of all want a console with main chair here, right? We then, unless this is too far forward, it's too far forward. We want one here, and then we want a straight here and here, and then we want a curve going inwards, except that this is not placed properly and this is not placed properly, because it's supposed to be like this, and then we have console go around there, console going around there, console here, And then we have the same around here, right? So we go one here. Well, first of all, no. We fill in this gap here. Right, and then we have, if we go to number 5 again, we get console, 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 and lastly, the last one, right? This gives us plenty of room to have people milling around in here, though alternatively what we could do is we could place a kind of a central console area here. Yeah, so if we do that, and then this. Right, so from afar that should look, you know, pretty console, pretty command-like. Yeah, that should work. Excellent. Now let's temporarily sort out the roof, right? Shall we? Let's get a proper grinder, shall we? That's the refinery. Interesting. Right, and then we just want to... Right. Regular steel blocks, let's cover this up. I'll sort out the roof in between episodes, since that's going to be mainly a... Well, it's going to be an arduous task because I'll have to grind down everything and weld it back up. Anyway, we now have a command area, and we now have... if I turn the lights off, it's a bit dark, so we're probably going to want to set up interior lights again. So we're just going to set one up there. If we have that there, and then we want another one here. Third factory one here. Yes. No. I'm really bad at doing this properly the first time. We want it here, yes. And we want it oriented the correct way, yes. There, right. Now that we've got that sorted, we're going to drop some things first. Right, now that we've got that sorted, let's go into rover, let's go get lights, and then we're going to set this to hangar control lights save off terminal. We'll sort those out later, but for now they do their purpose. They light this up within a reasonable degree. Not enough, but well enough that I don't need to use my lights anymore. Hang on, give me a second. Hangar control lights, radius 25. Right, there, sorted. Now, if we get spectator camera, look from the exterior, other side exterior, we should see that it looks kind of nice, right? We have a lovely area here in which we can look out into the blackness of space, and we have here to have ships come in and out. Now I could change how this is set up so that we have an extra length, also that we can have a hangar gate here, but we don't need one. One right now is sufficient. And we can close that with a press of a button on the main chair, because the main chair will be set up with all of the commands. Yeah, so if we go in here, we can set this so no, you don't control anything. We can set this up with, if we go to groups, we find the, where is it? Unless you're not going to show yourself. No, you're not going to. No. Yes. Right. We want this to open close, right? So we can say, if we go here, we can say close. This closes. Open. Opens. You get the picture, right? If we have more things that we need to do, then we set that up as well. Now, if we compare the sizes between this hangar gate and the one above, we can see that the one above is exactly the same. No, it's not exactly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the hangar gate below is wider, but that's probably going to have to account for maybe a wider ship that I capture. Anything that we produce inside the drone hangar can fit inside our hangar. That's the most important bit, which is good. It means that we can store a wide array of probes, drones in here that we may use for our operations. Now I'm gonna go back upstairs so that I can get some more oxygen. Right. With that done, the last thing that we're going to do is we're going to talk about what the plan is. So currently, Tom has renamed his faction to the Chaos Alliance Front, the Judean People's Front. Now, the thing is, he wants peace, right? Because he attacked me. Well, he might want peace to stop the hostilities, but I haven't actually attacked him back yet. So we're gonna. That's the plan, really. I've been working on a secret project, which you'll learn about later, that will allow us to do something good. But in case that we need to send the rover in, well, I doubt that we can really call this the rover anymore. It's more like the ship of Theseus. Yeah, but in the case that we do need to send the rover in, we've got shield generators. We do need to get some more resources, specifically rebuild the mining ship. I also need to set up these, which will actually be pretty easy. I can do those now. Stop complaining and just do them. Cargo. Really? That's all that you can see? Right, so we want this one. Cargo tin component to be this guy. Cargo tin ingot to be this guy. And then this guy can be ammo container. Right, component. All the good things, and then if we go over to these guys, we can get rid of their descriptions. And then they should lose their inventory. Excellent. These are no longer named, which is going to be annoying, but I'm going to get rid of them anyway. And then these should have all of our things. If we go ammo container, no, that's not going to work. Not going to work. What's the name of it? Ammo magazine, that's what it is. Because it's not ammo container, it's ammo magazine. Indeed. I'm going to change this ammo magazine. There we go, all of our ammo is in here, noting that we have 200 missiles, 239 NATO ammo containers, and 45 NATO magazines. Excellent. Shield generators, we still need to get more shield components. This area we still need to furnish. This area we need to furnish, just so that we can do things without having to access the control menu every time. I just want to be able to sit in somewhere or have a button panel which I press buttons. We also need to set up the projector for this area, which I'll probably do in between episodes, since that's painful. We then need to revamp the front of the ship and get rid of the last the last essence of the rover, since the only part of the rover that's still here is just a bit of the chassis and that backup reactor. That's all that's left of the original rover. In fact, I don't think there is anything left of the original rover except a few blocks. But yeah, we have a capital ship that is functional. It's amazing. And it's also I think it's also the largest ship in the game. Let's go check biggest grids. It is. It is the biggest ship in the game. Lovely. That's kind of worrying, because that means Tom has done something. Oh yeah, that's Tom's base. That's also Tom's base. That's not. That's something else. That's something else. Well, it looks like everything's based around Mars, which does make sense. But anyway, that shall be us for now. Next episode we'll be working on devious acts of a devious kind, and we will be back next episode for some more Space Engineers. Until then, my name has been Zero Jake. End transmission.